So what we just did was a slow straight line. It was just to get you used to picking your feet up after getting some friction zone and maybe a little bit of throttle, okay? The practice for friction zone was just about a couple feet, and then we had to go back. And then we moved on to that straight line where we got the feet up. So now the next evolution of it is we're gonna get those feet up and add a little bit of direct steering, just a teeny bit. Now, if you're having trouble getting those feet up, keep practicing the slow straight line and then move on to this. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is just follow me. Follow me when it comes to this camera right here, okay? So on the other side, it looks a lot like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the right of the first one, go left of this one, and go right. Okay, so when I'm doing that, I'm turning right. Now I'm gonna direct steer, okay, direct steering versus counter steering. Direct steer to over here. Now, how am I gonna get that? Because if I'm looking this way, now I gotta look this way, it starts going into some problems. So what I want you to do is look straight at the last cone, turn your hands, just look at the cone. Look at the cone. And when you get closer, look at the exit. I put those there for an exit for a reason. Okay, so all we're doing is, once again, straight line, just adding a little bit of this, okay? So you still wanna look forward, good vision. You still wanna grip the tank with your legs. You still wanna have upright seating. And you want to have good friction and throttle control, okay? So if you go too fast on the first one, you're gonna go really wide, maybe make the second one, but then all of a sudden go too wide for this one. Oh crap, we're doing it. We're messing up. So speed is a huge factor on this. Make sure you're doing the appropriate speed. If you go too fast, that's fine. Do it again. Turn everything like we just showed you in the slow straight line, everything, okay? So once again, going over, turn, looking this way, turn, looking this way, turn, looking this way, turn, looking this way, okay? Whew, it's a little hot. It's 110 degrees. That's why the drone died. All right, you guys ready? All right, let's start on the other side. So everything we're doing could easily be done just in first gear. If you feel the need to shift, you're already past basically what we're doing here, okay? The goal is just first gear. It's gonna be choppy, but that's fine. That's where the friction and throttle control goes. I want it to be choppy for you. All right, so now we're gonna go right of the first cone, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, okay? And then we're gonna stop, turn around. So once again, get our feet up as quick as possible, get good friction zone, throttle control, and then head and eyes up, look at the last cone, look far ahead, look on the horizon, and just dance with the bike. Remember, our legs are attached to the bike, but our hips aren't, so we could totally have some fun with this, okay? So let's move forward just a little bit, get those feet up as quick as we can, look forward. Don't look at the cones. If you run over the cones, I don't care. So right now, I'm in friction zone about 2.5, and I'm just, every time it bounces like this, that's because I gave it just a little bit of throttle, and that's probably what it's gonna look like for you. So that's perfectly fine. Don't go crazy trying to adjust things. For the first couple times, just remove one variable. So if you had friction zone 2.5 and you're doing a little bit of bounciness here, how about next time do friction zone 2.5 and do less bounciness here? Don't change everything up, okay? So now that we're right here, once again, turn all the way left, look left. Let's go ahead and push. And it might be hard for you, that's fine. You can get somebody to help you, or you can learn your tight turns, okay? So now that we're 90 degrees completely, let's go ahead and turn it, fall all the way right. And I'll skip the rest of doing these because I want to just get on with what it is that we need to do, okay? So right now we're gonna get back over here, and now it's the same concept. So now I'm gonna turn right over the first cone, left, right, left, right, left, right, okay? So here we go. Friction zone, feet up as soon as we can, look forward. So I'm about 2.5 friction zone, head and eyes up, moving the arms, dancing with the bike. Don't be stiff, that's the thing, so don't be stiff. There we go, so now I'm loosening it up, now I'm loosening it up. All right, let's just go ahead and turn it around. Remember to do your turnarounds like you're supposed to. Now, instead of being so jumpy, I'm gonna add a little more speed and get a little dancing into it, okay? And that's perfectly fine. So I want you to dance. So a little bit more speed, dance with the bike. You see how it bounces every time I turn? That's perfectly fine. When it's gonna bounce like that because we are technically decelerating using turning, and it's just gonna compress a little bit. But remember, just kind of dance with the bike. Just don't go crazy with the throttle and brakes and the clutch, but you can dance with the bike, okay? Let's go ahead and turn it around one more time. You could do this in a parking lot. Each one of these cones is basically one parking space line, okay? 8 feet, 8.5 feet is roughly the width of a parking space. So if you have 8 parking spaces, boom, you got 8 cones right there. You don't have to put cones down. All right, so once again, head and eyes up, chest up, arms a little bit bent, knees against the tank, friction zone, throttle control, get our feet up as soon as we can. The little thing that you want to add to this and then the offset weave is a little bit of dancing with the bike, baby, a little dance. All right, let's go ahead and do it. So get a little bit dancing with the bike. Yeah, it's fine to turn it in. It's fine to turn it in. See how, look, I don't even know if I hit a cone or not. I don't care, I'm looking forward. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stop at the end. Did I hit a cone? I don't know. Anyways, now we're gonna turn right and do the whole thing. Tight turns from the stop right there. And then we're gonna do a U-turn. There it is. So I want you to do the straight line weave until you kind of get a handle of it. Some people have trouble with the straight line weave versus the offset weave. The offset weave, you have a little bit more to play with when it comes to movement, but you can kind of mess it up if you give it too much speed. So the problem with straight line weave is too much speed and then too much movement. The problems with the offset weave is too much speed and then not enough movement. So right now, what I want you to learn is the movement. Don't worry about the speed too much. If you screw up and you go too wide on something, just move the cones further and further and further apart. My main concern on this one is that you actually make it within the cone. So make it easy first and then move it in. 8 feet is the parking spaces. That might be too much for you. So do 1.5 parking spaces, or about 12 feet or 16 feet. So 2 parking spaces. Just modulate everything you need to do. So we're gonna jump into the offset weave. Like I said, it's just a little bit more movement, okay? More dancing with the bike. Let's go ahead and get into it and have some fun with this.